Hey guys, Matt Bartram here from Warrior Fitness and Health, and I coach busy people to create fitter and healthier lifestyles with my PT, my boot camps and my nutritional content and consultations. How are you all doing today? It's Wednesday, it's free training day. What we're going to cover in this vlog, and by the time you get to the end of this video, you are going to learn the number one mistake people make with their health and their fitness journey, but more importantly, the number one fix to put that mistake absolutely right. And this is based on 30 plus years in this industry and seeing the same patterns over and over and over. As always, if you are live with me right now, type the word live, type the word hello, say hi Matt, or put a wave emoji so I can see who is live with me now. If you're watching on replay, just type the word replay in the comments. As a guy that gives out loads of free content, it's really useful to know how many people are live, how many people are on replay, and how many people are watching this free training. But before we discuss the number one problem that people make with health and fitness, I want to ask you a question. Do you like cake? Do you love the experience of eating cake? And the feelings and the pleasure and the sugar rush and the taste and all the different kind of cakes that you can get out there. More importantly, do you bake cakes? Do you make cakes? Do you go through the process of following a recipe to get to the cake? Because there's massive learning in this that we can use to get across to you the number one mistake people make in health and fitness. So going back to the cake. If you focus on your favourite cake and what it's going to feel like to eat the cake and the pleasure you're going to get from it and the tastes and the smells and the sensations you're going to get from the cake, and you focus purely on enjoying that slab of cake, that will never get you making a cake. You are focused and you are fixated on the end result. That is not going to get a cake made if you are into baking cakes. Because to bake a cake, we need to follow a recipe. We need ingredients. We need the correct amount of ingredients. We need to put the ingredients together in a specific order. We've then probably got to bake the cake for a specific amount of time. Then we've got to leave it to cool down. Then we've got to decorate it. Then at some suitable point, we can go on and enjoy the cake. So to make the cake, we need ingredients. We need a process. And then that going together in the right order will give us the end goal. And that is the key number one mistake people are making in their health and their fitness journey. Let's take weight loss. So imagine you've got the person who wants to lose 2 stone. They remember what it was like to be 2 stone lighter. They remember the clothes and the feelings and how they felt more vibrant and energetic. They were sleeping better and they felt healthier. They remember what it was like to be 2 stone lighter about 10 years ago. And they get totally fixated in, I'm going to lose 2 stone, I'm going to lose 2 stone, I'm going to lose 2 stone, I'm going to feel like this, I'm going to experience that, and I'm going to live my best life ever. They totally forget the steps that will lead to losing 2 stone, just like focusing on the cake does not get the cake made. So if you want to lose 2 stone, your ingredients are healthy diet, water, sleep, lowering stress, active daily living in your steps, certain amount of fitness and workouts at the correct frequency, intensity, and the correct type of workouts. If you focus your habits, your routines, and your rituals into how to lose 2 stone, you will get to your goal automatically. If you focus on losing just 2 stone, and you focus on the enjoyment, the feelings and the end result, you will never focus on falling in love with the process of making your 2 stone less cake. Can you relate to the fact if you focus on your end goal and ignore the process, the ingredients and the journey, you will never get to your goal. If you can relate to what I'm talking about now, and you are live with me right now, or if you are on replay, type the word relate, or I understand, or Matt, I get this. Let me give you another example. And just to go back to the cake example, if you focus on the enjoyment of the cake, you forget about how to bake a cake, as in the ingredients in the correct quantities, mixed in the right order, baked for the right amount of time, decorated in the correct way. So imagine you want to run a marathon and you think, hey, when I've run a marathon, I get a free t-shirt and I get a medal and I get my time displayed somewhere. And when I've run a marathon, I can go, yes, I've run a marathon, because not many people in the world have done it. And I'm going to feel amazing, and I'm going to feel a sense of achievement. And I'm definitely running a marathon. I'm going to do the London Marathon or the Manchester Marathon, or I'm going somewhere and I'm going to be a marathon runner, and that's it. If you are focused on the end result, that will never get you to running a marathon. Because the ingredients and the process of being able to run a marathon is a set amount of training, correct protein, carbohydrates and fats, ramping up the running, gradually increasing the mileage, doing strength training to complement your running, getting the correct recovery, the correct cross training. You may need the correct trainers, different running gear. You may need to dedicate 4 hours a week to running, and there's probably going to be 12 to 15 weeks training of runners, habits, routines and rituals to get you to a point where you can run a marathon, got a free t-shirt, hey, got a medal, hey, I'm a marathon runner. If you focus on how you will feel by running the marathon and forget the ingredients and the process, you will never get to run the marathon. Again, if you're focusing on the cake and you're forgetting the ingredients, the recipe, the process of putting it together, the baking in the oven, you will never get to this. And that is the number one mistake I see in fitness all of the time. You focus way too much on the goal, which is also the destination, and we're thinking less about the journey. So when we go to, say, Blackpool for a day trip, forget about getting to Blackpool and going on a pleasure beach and going on rides and going in tat shops and buying sticks of rock. You got to plan your journey. Are you going car? Are you going bike? Are you going train? Which journey are you going? What time are you setting off? Who's going with you? How long roughly is it going to take you? Are you stopping at the services on the way, or have you got a change on a train on the way there? How long are you going to get there? What time are you coming back? What spending money? What clothes? You need to do all this to have an amazing day in Blackpool. So the big take-home point regarding this vlog, and the number one mistake majority of people are making when they're trying to transform their body or get healthy and fitter, they're thinking way too much about the end goal, which is just a destination out there as a focal point for you to get to. You've got to focus on the daily, the weekly and the monthly habits, recipe and process that's going to get you there. So if you're into weight loss, your daily, weekly, monthly routines, you've got to think about calorie deficit, correct nutrition, water, sleep, stress, activity, fitness, getting your steps up, all that sort of stuff. If you're into putting more muscle mass on because you want to get bigger and stronger, you've got to think about protein numbers, carb numbers, at least 4 strength sessions a week in the gym, correct sleep, correct recovery, possibly supplements, possibly protein powders. So again, the number one mistake people make is they're spending way too much time thinking about the end result, and the feelings, and they're thinking less about the daily, weekly, monthly habits, routines and rituals, what you need to chip away at with consistency. And the key word there is consistency. Every single day, week and month, you will automatically get to your goal. So the number one mistake, people focus too much on the goal, less on the process. The number one fix, have this as an idea and a focal point. put all of your energy into your daily, weekly, monthly actions where you're doing something every day with consistently that's going to move you closer to your goal. If you can understand what this free training is about, and you get the concept of if we focus too much on the goal, we're forgetting totally about the consistency that leads to there. If you totally understand the problem and you totally understand the fix that I've explained to you, pop in the comments, Matt, I understand. Matt, I get it. Matt, I totally get this. Matt, I've been guilty of that. Now we'll do this. And as always, if you have done something previously that has worked really well to get you to a goal, pop the idea in the comments. As always, if you've watched live, type the word live. If you're watching on replay, type the word replay. More importantly, if you've listened to this or you've watched this and you've thought, do you know, I know a friend or a family member that needs to hear this right now because they've got this idea about something, but they're not taking any of the actions that lead to that, tag them into this so they can see it. As always, if you want to start the conversation about how we can take you from where you are now to where you want to go to with better habits, routines and rituals, drop me a message. Let's start the conversation. You're not going to get sales, and we're going to see if it's appropriate for us to work together. And it's PT, it's group fitness, it's online fitness, and it's nutritional information. Have a great Wednesday. And remember, whatever your goal, have that as the focal point, but focus on the daily, weekly and monthly habits, routines and rituals. Love you all loads. See you in the next vlog.